Welcome back, fellow Jungle Heat comrades. This is Clan War Season 2, Attack Episode 10. We're in Skirmish mode right now, about the halfway point. And I just concluded my second attack, but I didn't feel it was necessary to show an attack against a level 81, as I've stated before, in case you're watching for the first time. We're going to move on to our next target hero, level 158. And as we have done in our previous videos, we're going to go ahead and visit his base, see what we've got going on here. First thing I notice is an ion station level 2, so that's going to be a high priority kill target. It is level 2 instead of level 3, but nonetheless, it's going to be equivocal to health. It's going to have a little less than our spider friend here at 3,500 versus 3,000. And so basically what we have here is a little bit of a dilemma. We could take out either both spider rounds, or we could take out the spider and the ion. And part of the reason why I err more towards the spider ion is because there's other targets nearby that we could also take out with our airstrikes. And so I believe that we're going to get more bang for our buck by choosing an airstrike right around on this level 10 wall, especially if you have the 1.5 range on your airstrike. Now another thing to note is this guy's got special bunker, level 5 maxed out, at least one, possibly two. I'm going to search for it. I did not come across it, but it will be a little bit problematic because depending on how the troops are deployed and when these mosquitoes are aggroed, it could create problems. So I might choose to deploy my guys a little bit more on this side. However, there's a little bit of a layer that's going to preclude that. So I'm leaning more towards deploying my guys probably right over here to take out these high HP targets that are low threat and not going to come under fire. These watchtowers, they're going to be out of range from the watchtowers, out of range of the flame towers, as well as these cannons. So if I deploy them over here, that will give them a little bit of time, and then we can assess where we're going. I believe I'm only going to need 5 airstrikes to take out both of these targets, unless they have some HP augmentation. It doesn't appear so with the level 1 shield generators. So, but nonetheless, I also need to take into consideration the monuments. Our base here might have a monument that increases HP, and since we have at least 2, and the base is reasonably legitimate, I think it would behoove us to at least do a clan info search player, check it out specifically. So once my skirmish tab here loads, as it just did, we'll go ahead and do that, and we will go to clan info. Excuse me. Sometimes it could be a little difficult finding players that have Russian characters in them, and so I try to brush up on my Russian a little bit and visit the good old Rosetta Stone. So attack troops and health of walls. So we're dealing with a base that I'm going to be utilizing some bombs here because the walls are about, what, an increase of 22%, and just level 10 in and of itself is probably going to be about maybe 5,000, I believe. Let's just go down here and see. 5,500, so 22% is going to be roughly 6,500, give or take a little bit. Don't quote me on that, but you get the idea. You're going to want to have some bombs. So, as anything, we're going to go down here and pick up our good friend level 158 from Soviet Russia, and we're going to select attack and see what we can do. I'll deploy some sappers here in the northwest, as consistent with all of my other strategies so far. I'm probably going to mix things up a little bit, maybe change the pace, change the tempo. As it is, the sappers seem to be largely ineffective, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see if we can get some of these heroes. I did get one. Oh, that was not really expected. One of my airstrikes, and maybe it was just a result of the glyph, ended up firing off when I did not quite expect it, but maybe that was intentional. So, alright, we're about ready to deploy our troops, and we're going to see what we can do here. We got the predictable glyph a little bit, and once we get more of a hole, we'll deploy some bombs, at least until we can see what we got going on here. So they're a little preoccupied with some of the heroes. I'm okay with that, at least for the time being, but I'm going to throw an airstrike here just because we got a lot of damage going on with these cannons, and I think it would behoove us to throw us a bomb or two. Unfortunately, the bomb AI is just not the best, so we're going to try and throw several of these bombs if in the event that they get caught. And they did, but fortunately I'm here towards the center, so I do want to help my guys out a little bit and throw some heroes on non-essentials that aren't going to be killed off immediately. So I don't believe I'm going to 3-star this base, to be quite frank. I do believe that my strategy was not as effective as I thought it would be. And I may be wrong, but I kind of feel as though this is probably going to be an effective attack, but not the best. But I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, that's okay. But nonetheless, I'm down to about 5 of these vortexes, and so my hope is that maybe my heroes can kind of make up for the mistake, the blunder. Probably could have done this tack a little bit better. Down to 4, and although the defenses are starting to diminish, I really don't have much firepower left. I'm going to try and throw some a sapper here to try and mitigate whatever damage I have left going. We're down to 44 seconds, so the time is getting to be a little critical. We're down to 3 vortexes, and if they don't get through these defenses pretty soon, I'm going to be down to basically 2 here very shortly. So this might be down to the wire, and if it is, no big deal. I'm down to 1, but this is probably going to be what does me in, is this big, huge, massive, what is this? This is a bio storage, so it has a lot of HP. And so hopefully the vortex can get through it. If not, well, at least we tried. So looks like I got a little lucky on this one. Another 5-star coming your way on episode 10. So without further ado, I got a little lucky on this. So I guess that concludes the episode, and we'll catch you on the flip side on some more episodes of Jungle Heat Skirmish Attack Strategies.